Good morning, children. Hope you all are good at home and must be enjoying your learning at home. So, today we'll start a new chapter. The chapter name is The Green Plants, and what we do in this chapter, we'll learn about different parts of plant, especially leaf, and then how do leaves make the food, and then we'll learn about interdependence of plants and animals. So let's start the chapter. As you can see around yourself, different type of plants, and different type of plants have different type of leaves. So let's start with leaf first. Most of the plants on earth are green plants, right? Why do they appear green? They appear green due to the presence of green leaves. And why do the leaves are green? Because of the presence of a substance, a green substance called chlorophyll, right? So these plants, most of the plants are green in color. First point. Second point, plants appear green due to the presence of a substance called chlorophyll. And the third point is, plants can be identified by looking at their leaves. You can find out which plant is this. You can find out the name of the plant by just looking at the leaf it has, right? So this is all about your leaf. Now next is, what are the different parts of leaf? Let's discuss about that. Different parts of leaf are main vein, that is called the midrib, side veins, and the flat part is called lamina or leaf plate, right? Some leaves have a broad leaf blade, whereas some have narrow ones. Each leaf usually have one main vein and many side veins. What is the purpose of these veins? Veins help in the transportation of substances called water, minerals, and prepared food to and from the leaf. Now, this is all about the different parts of leaf. Veins are there, the main vein is there, leaf blade is there. Now next is with the part of the plant which is not visible here on the screen, which is not visible on the leaf. You cannot see there on the leaf with the naked eyes, but yes, you can see it with the microscope, and that part is stomata. Now what is stomata? Let's discuss about that. As you can see here in the picture, this part, if you see under the microscope, you will see these small tiny openings there on the leaf or underside of a leaf. Millions of tiny openings you can see. These tiny openings are called stomata. And what is the function of stomata here? The stomata let air flow in and out of the leaf through this, right? So like we have nose now in our body that helps us to breathe. Similarly, leaf has stomata that helps it to take in carbon dioxide and take out oxygen with water, along with water, right? So they take in and give out air. They remove water vapors and oxygen from after photosynthesis from the plant. So this is about stomata and functions of the leaf. Now next is use and storage of food by plant. Now food is prepared, this we'll discuss in the next slide. But what is the food prepared by the plant is being used. It is being used by the plant for their own growth also. So the food prepared by the process of photosynthesis that you have done in class 3 also is called glucose. The stem and branches of the plant take the prepared food from the leaves to other parts of a plant. Like you have the food, it gives you energy, it gives energy to all parts of your body, right? Similarly, the food which is prepared by the plant is used by the plant itself for its own growth. The plant uses some of its food for its daily activities and stores the extra food as starch in different parts, and those different parts actually we eat, actually we have, and a few part is used by the plant for its own activities, for its growth, right? And the extra food is used by us and it is given by the plant only. right? This is all about the use and storage of food by plants. Now next we discuss about what are the different functions of a leaf. First, the leaf of a plant makes food, therefore it is called the food factory of the plant or kitchen of the plant. It helps the plant to let air in and out through stomata. These are the functions of a leaf. Now next is, how do leaves make their food? अभी leaves खाना कैसे बनाते हैं? Let's discuss about that. As you can see a beautiful picture, you see here carbon dioxide, sunlight, oxygen, glucose, minerals, root, water. Now let's discuss about all these names which are there in the picture. Water is when you sow a seed, what you do, you water the plant, you water the seed, right? Water the seed in the soil only, right? Water is absorbed by the roots and carried through the stem to the leaves. This is the what, as you can see, water is here. It is absorbed by the roots and carried through the stem to the different parts of the leaf, to the different leaves, right? Now next is, when sunlight falls on the leaves, it is absorbed by the chlorophyll present in the leaf, right? Next, carbon dioxide is taken through stomata. Now here comes the role of this carbon dioxide. It is absorbed by stomata which is present in the leaf. This only I told you that yes, stomata helps a plant to breathe. And what does a plant need to breathe is carbon dioxide. As like we people need oxygen to breathe, it needs carbon dioxide to breathe. It takes carbon dioxide from the surrounding. After the food is prepared, oxygen is given out through stomata. When the food is prepared, it comes out from stomata, as well as the oxygen also you get from stomata itself. So this is all about how do leaves make food, and this process of preparing food using sunlight to convert water and carbon dioxide into food is called photosynthesis, right? And this food which is prepared by the process of photosynthesis is called glucose. This is called glucose, and the part which we actually use, that is called starch. That is called starch, which the plant stores in different parts of a plant, and those parts we eat for our own needs. We'll take for our own needs, like spinach, like different leaves of a plant we eat. That means the starch is stored in the leaves of the plant, and that part we eat to get the energy. This is all about how do leaves make food. Now next is topic your interdependence of plants and animals. How plants and animals are dependent on each other. As you can see here in the picture, plants give out oxygen and food to this boy, and boy exhale carbon dioxide, and that is used by the plants to prepare its own food. So a chain that shows a series of organisms where each member is dependent on the lower member in the series for food is called food chain. This is food chain actually. This is food chain. Now next is the interdependence of plants and animals and plants in food chain helps to maintain the balance between the number of plants and animals. There should be a balance. If there is a sudden increase or decrease in the number of either plants or animals, the balance in nature will be disturbed. Besides, plants gives us oxygen which is needed by animals to breathe. Animals in return, what do they give? They give out carbon dioxide, which is needed by the plants for photosynthesis. So interdependence means how the animals and the plants are dependent on each other for their needs. So this is we have discussed in interdependence of plants and animals. Now next is two more facts we need to know. One is, just look at the picture here. This is Janki Anmol, and she is the famous botanist who studied different types of sugar canes. You know sugar cane, गन्ना देखा होगा आपने, significantly increasing the sweetness of Indian sugar canes and brinjals. And what other we need to know? Plants too need oxygen to stay alive. Isn't it amazing to know that? How? During photosynthesis, plants need take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. But during breakdown of food, plants take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Both these processes occur at the same time within a plant leaf. This is all about your chapter, the green plants. So here we have learnt leaf, different parts of leaf, functions of leaf, how do plants prepare its food, and what is the interdependence of plants and animals. And then we have done about Janki Anmol. She is a famous botanist. She worked a lot in increasing the sweetness of Indian sugarcane. She has a great contribution in that. And then we have done the plants, they do need oxygen to stay alive. So this is all about your chapter. Hope you all have understood and enjoyed the concept. Now after this we'll send you some back exercise and question answers. Till time, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning, keep doing. Take care children. Bye bye.